Hi, I'm Megan Barrow. I'm blogging and writing and helping over at unbuckleyourfears.com. Also, you may have seen me on 60 Minutes Australia that aired last Sunday. It is now a Saturday, so 6 days ago. And I've just done a video explaining a bit more about myself and what 60 Minutes didn't air, in sort of an overview of me and my recovery, most importantly my recovery, because whilst it's amazing to have lots of people talking and sharing their stories of anxiety struggle, I think it's really important to have people talking about a place of wellness. So it's wonderful to know that you're not alone. That's a huge big tick for your recovery, and knowing that you're not alone and you're not crazy and other people think this way. It's I think it's equally, if not a little bit more important, to have people talking about wellness and that you can get there and anxiety is manageable. So and whilst it's okay for some people to, there's lots of books out there from people that say they've suffered anxiety, but agoraphobia is a whole different level, as we know. So I had agoraphobia, couldn't leave the couch, I had no life, and now I'm well. So running my own business, running all over Melbourne, a city in Australia, living in my own home, going out. There's very little I can't do. I can jump on a plane, I can get to the airport by myself, I can jump on a train and get to a countryside. I don't drive very far. That's the one thing that it's still got over me, but hey, perspective. So I thought I'd quickly do a video on my top 10 tips for agoraphobia recovery, and this is coming from someone who's done it, so hang in there. Tip 1, professional help. Get it. I'd love you on board here. I'm thrilled for the people that have contacted me and say I'm going to sign up for more. That stuff will certainly come. I hope it helps. I hope it complements your treatment, but get professional help, because I'm not a professional. No one blogging is a professional. No one who's written a book, or very few people who have written a book, are professionals, and the professionals know how to care for you better than anyone else will. So, and they'll come from, and they should come from, a place of tough love sometimes. So, and take that. Not everyone can mollycoddle you. It won't get you well. It won't get you well saying that's okay, don't go out. You sometimes need tough love. So the other aspect of that is look for someone who's an anxiety specialist. So they are out there. I know they're certainly out there in the main cities of Australia. I'm in Melbourne. I asked for an anxiety specialist. It wasn't who I hoped for, but he was amazing, and I still see him to this day. I can't tell you who it is, I'm afraid, but they are out there, I promise you. Also know you can take the lead on this. It's one of my big things I say to people who say they've had a bad experience. You're in charge, whether it's a GP, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a forum, a support group, a call centre. No matter what it is, if it's not right for you, look for another, because they are out there, I promise you. And this is something not to muck around with. And I'm telling you, if you get someone who knows their stuff, you will get well. It's not easy. I wish I could say it's easy. It's not. So that kind of follows on to point 2. Want it bad. Recovering from especially agoraphobia is hell on sticks. Agoraphobia is hell on sticks, but recovery is just as bad, because you have to learn to feel the anxiety and be okay with it, and know and trust that you're going to be okay. And obviously just getting out and getting help is hard. So know that it will be hard. I wish, these people that say that, remove something from your diet, or go and meditate, or do this course, or that's why I'm certainly not saying anything like that in Unbuckle Your Fears, because it's BS. I've no doubt that it helps people with their recovery. I did meditation, so I'm terribly disciplined at it now, but it certainly did help a bit, and it would make me feel good and settled and feel like, okay, that was good, but what do I do now? I still can't get out of this house. So, you know, and when you're vulnerable and desperately need help, you'll try anything. So please know you're going to need it, you'll need to want it badly, and you'll need to do some hard work. So, and this follows on also, number 3, do it for you. No one else. It's wonderful if you are worried about your family and your friends and you don't want them to have to look after you anymore or go through this stuff, or you don't want to pass it on to people, your children, or but ultimately you have to want to do this for you again, because it's going to be really hard. So you need to know you deserve a good, healthy life and put in the discipline and practice to get it. It's not dissimilar to anyone who's achieved a fitness milestone. So I did Tough Mudder a couple of years ago. So again, that's how well I am. That I wasn't going to do Tough Mudder in one instance, or at the moment, my goal is to, I've put on some weight and I really want to get fit again, and I'm back at the gym and I'd love to achieve a half marathon. So that ain't just happening overnight. I guess some people can do it overnight, but hey, I've started by being proud if I can jog 250 metres at a time. So, and it sucks. I hate it, but I know the process, and I know with Tough Mudder it was a process, and all of a sudden I did 21 Ks and obstacles, and you know, so do it for you. Do it for you, knowing that it's going to be tough, and everyone else will support you. Everyone else loves you. They want you to do it for you too. They want you to do it because you deserve to be well. I hope I'm making sense here. I do babble, so bear with me. Tip 4. Accept panic attacks can't harm you. So that's a big process in the recovery. So yes, a big step in the recovery. Sorry, I just went blank then. That you need to, because I mentioned that before, that in the recovery you're going to have to experience panic attacks because you have agoraphobia or severe anxiety, and you're going to have to somehow experience them because you're too scared to do things. So the only way, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to feel the pain and know it's okay. So just like that marathon I'm trying for, it's I hate it. I hate it, but afterwards, I tell you what, you feel amazing. It's exactly like conquering panic attacks and doing things despite it, and doing things for the first time in years or months or days or whatever it may be. So I know the first exposure therapy I did was going to a cafe. My mum went with me, but it's probably 250 metres down the road from where I would see my psychiatrist, and Mum had to leave me on my own, and whilst I had a drink, and my doctor had given me a magazine to read, and my mum cheated. She did leave me, but she kept looking at me. I didn't know that at the time. But gee, that high of, oh my God, I'm doing this, and oh my God, I can be normal again. So accept panic attacks can't harm you, and it's going to be hell, but gee, that feeling afterwards, and I promise you, you'll enjoy life in a whole different level. Challenge your thinking. A good anxiety specialist, and a lot of books out there talk about cognitive behaviour therapy, so that's really important, and this isn't what it is, but it's a part of it. So you need to challenge your thoughts of danger, and that part of that is questioning what if that happens, and then so what? You know, even to the point where you say, well, I'm going to die. For me it was, well, I'm going to die of a heart attack. Well, that happens, you're not going to avoid it. So you have to let go of the control. You can't control when you live and die. Again, I've mentioned this before, number 6. it's going to be crap. Exposure therapy. So again, that goes into the wanting it bad. Accept it's going to be really hard, but keep going. Again, think of the fitness analogy. Think about being at school, think about if you wanted to learn a new language. It just doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice. It takes days of not wanting to do it. It takes days of failing, and that's okay. It's okay to have good and bad days, which I think comes up in a second. But yeah, so accept it's going to be hard. And for me, I say it was crap, but it was also the most important, liberating, joyful, life learning, purpose-driven thing I've ever done. And yeah, it'll be for you too. Rewards. Number 7. Really important one that my doctor made sure I did. So with every little exposure therapy, he said, right, you have to buy yourself a little treat, whether it was one flower or it was irrelevant what it was, whether it was $1 or a new outfit. Acknowledge what you've done. Don't do it. And again, many people won't understand it. So if you've gone for a walk and seen around the corner for the first time, or you've gone to the letterbox, or you've had a shower, or you've gone and visited a friend, or gone to the pub, or whatever it may be, picked up your children, reward yourself with something really little, whether it's a muffin, a flower. Just go out, and that's acknowledging what you've done. And it's reinforcing that what you've done is worthwhile and big, and that you've done it. The accept good and bad days. You see my little roller coaster there? Yep. You'll have the good days, you'll have the bad days, you'll have those days where you can push yourself, you'll have those other days where you feel like you can't even do a tenth of what you did last week, and that's okay. That's recovery. So again, just like a fitness goal, you have those good and bad days, but it's okay. You brush yourself off, you don't give up, and you keep going. And those roller coasters actually set you up for life, because life is a roller coaster. So just think with every slip, those 1 steps forward, 2 steps back, that's part of recovery. For most people, it was for me. But gee, that's strength to keep going, and you learn more and more about yourself and how to get well, and that you've got strength that you never thought you had. A lot of anxiety people are told that they're lazy. I certainly was. Tell you what, there's nothing lazy about surviving panic attacks. Believe in wellness is number 9. So, yep, believe you can get well, and imagine what wellness is. There's a great business quote about goal setting, and it's think with the end in mind. So don't start your plan with thinking, what do you want to achieve? What does success look like? So believe, see yourself well. You may not know what it is. I never knew 20 years ago that, where I'd be. I certainly didn't imagine I'd be on 60 Minutes. I didn't believe I'd be an ambassador for Beyond Blue and Are You OK Day. They didn't even exist then. But, I had no idea. But believe you will get well. For me, it was just, I want to be able to work again. Further to this, last tip, 10, believe you can do it. So if you don't believe in you, you'll give up. So believe in it, believe in it, believe in it, believe in it, believe in you, believe you're worth it, which I said before. I know you can do it. If I did it, the girl that couldn't leave the couch, I know you can do it. Okay, so what I'm thinking, questions. I'd love this to be a forum or a place where you can ask your questions, and I can keep you anonymous, but I'll answer them. So ask me anything you like, whether it's about you, whether it's about wanting advice on you. If you're wanting to know more about me, I'm an open book. There's nothing I won't tell you. So please send your questions to admin@unbuckleyourfears.com. I'll answer it. No one else will. No one else will say it. Confidential. Also, as I just scratch my nose, also know everything's confidential. So, but also head over to Unbuckle Your Fears, and there's more stuff there. See you next time. Bye.